Good morning and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am Game Master Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today's video is a bit of an apology. I have been remiss in having Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, which, in my defense, came out in 2023. So it's not like this is something that's been buried for a long, long time, and I just didn't get around to it. But it is something that I should have been looking for, and I didn't have this realization until my recent interview with Peter Saloom, who writes for Pinnacle and has the right to put out materials utilizing their whole licensing agreement and such. And so when he mentioned the work that he's doing with them, it suddenly dawned on me that we hear about the game systems that this deals with, that Savage Worlds is actually used for, and the settings in particular, without actually connecting it back to this is a Savage Worlds game. And so it's actually much more prevalent out there in the wild, as it were, than I think many of us give it credit for. Certainly not, myself. I have not been giving this system the credit that it's due as far as how often it's actually spoken of and run in the wild, like I said, at gaming conventions and game stores and whatnot. We all hear about Deadlands. We all hear about Rifts. We all hear about some of the other, the Solomon Kane, which goes back to their earliest edition, and which I do have. But they're not often connected right back to Savage Worlds. So I'm hoping to change that. At least for myself on my channel, and I encourage you to take a look at Savage Worlds Adventure Edition. So without further ado, let's go right into it. So here we have it, and I will expand it beyond this point so that you can start to see. And this is genuinely my first look at the adventure system. Sorry about my coughing. I, still struggling with allergies, although they're not as terrible today. And asthma, which again is getting a little bit better from where it was last week. So this is written and designed by Shane Hensley with Clint Black. Art direction by Aaron Acevedo and Alida Saxon, and so on and so forth. Layout by Carl Kiesler, who actually did the layout on Peter Saloom's adventure module that we talked about on the channel. So he is a Savage Worlds layout specialist, I would say, and Thomas Shook, and so on. I'm not going to go through everything there. As you can see, 2023 is the date of this publication, as far as I can tell. So that's the most recent date here. So 2023 Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Now I've ordered the hardback of this, and of course when you buy direct and you're buying the hardback, it's usually paired up with the PDF. So I'm just launching this one to begin with, and then once I get the hard book in my hand, I will start breaking it down into its various aspects of it. I am going to focus on the anytime, any place, and then getting started for this video. Since it debuted in 2003, Savage Worlds has accommodated any setting you can imagine, from gritty police procedurals and special ops thrillers to dungeon crawls, space opera, supers, and horror. Our various settings have explored supernatural terror and the challenges of final exams in East Texas University. We've wandered the moors of Europe and the savannas of Africa with Solomon Kane. We've galloped across the haunted high plains of Deadlands, the Weird West, and the irradiated wests of Deadlands, Hell on Earth. We've delved the deepest dungeons, blasted to the last parsec of known space and beyond, battled across the bloody fields of the Weird Wars, and slugged it out with supervillains over cities both real and imagined. Like most gamers, we're fans of a lot of books, movies, and game worlds. One week, we might be inspired to run something like Game of Thrones, and in another, we want to share a cool idea inspired by the Avengers. And while we love learning new game systems and seeing that our friends and peers have created, we also like having a system we know, like the back of our hands, to fall back on, one that combines the crunch of miniatures-oriented gameplay with the ease of theater of the mind and the creative outlet of the most modern narrative play. Each new printing of Savage Worlds has added to the experience, carefully integrating new styles of play through the years with the solid foundation laid at the very beginning. This version of Savage Worlds is what we hope is our best attempt yet at accommodating not just every era, genre, and setting, but most every play style as well. We want to sit around on couches and carry out most of the tale through talk and a few dice rolls. It's here. Want to break out miniatures and have a massive knockdown, drag-out fight? Everything you need is here. Need to tell an epic story that's mostly role-playing and narrative? Nothing's stopping you. And subsystems like quick encounters can help you sum up bloody conflicts along the way if pressed for time. Perhaps the best thing a game system can do is to support your ideas. It should serve as a background and a common language for your players, then get out of the way as the story races to its conclusion. We've attempted to make that even better in this edition by streamlining many modifiers, simplifying how you pose creative challenges for foes and support your allies, and even opening up new options for heroic multi-actions. Enough talk, grab your dice, it's time to get savage. So, we'll go in here and, very, very briefly, I'm not going to go over what is a role-playing game. If you're on my channel, you know what a role-playing game is. My channel is dedicated to all role-playing games across many different genres and across different platforms as well, including computer role-playing games, in-person gaming, online gaming, and so on, massively multiplayer role-playing games, tactical role-playing games, so on and so forth. So I try to cover on my channel the full gambit of everything that is even loosely related to role-playing games, with maybe a focus to tabletop role-playing games in general. So the dice are the standard dice, the D4, the D6, the D8, the D10, D12, and 20-sider. You'll also need a special wild die, a D6 of a different color, explained in Chapter 3, which I will get into. Bennies, tokens of some sort, represent bennies, American slang for benefits. These can be used to re-roll dice, prevent damage, and much, much more. That'll be described later. Miniatures are optional. Savage settings, we've already mentioned some of these. So you have Deadlands, you have the horror expansion of Deadlands, and so on and so forth. And then we will get into characters. So I will go into the next video of Chapter 1 on characters. So, so there you have it. A very, very quick first look at what is going to be a new series on my channel. I specifically encourage members of the Savage Worlds Facebook groups, both the official and the fan base Savage Worlds, to come to my channel, uh, watch this video, watch my videos going forward, and please, please insert your comments in there. Make suggestions to me as to what I should cover, correct any of my misreadings of anything, and also encourage me to look at other sources as well. So this is definitely an invitation to you to actively participate in what I'm trying to cover on my channel, both to teach me about the system that you've been more connected with than I have thus far, and also to and also to put your own ideas out there and your own suggestions out there as well. So I strongly encourage you to to consider subscribing, liking the video, and passing it around, sharing it out there, and absolutely making your comments known so that I can see how I can better introduce everyone to this game system that might not have been fully aware of it as of yet. So with that all being said, I want to thank you for joining. This is just the first look. All right, and this will be followed by many other videos going through the entire game system and just talking about some of its more well-known setting pieces that are out there. I already have two of them. I already have the older edition of Deadlands, and I have the Solomon Kane series. So I will make a revisit back to those as well, even though those were written to the deluxe edition, which was 2012. They're going to be very easily converted and brought forward to this edition. It shouldn't take very, very much at all in order to make them seamlessly meshed together. So with all of that, thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and to leave your comments in the comment section. And be on the lookout for a lot more content. I think May is going to be a heavy content month for my channel. And I already have 2 scheduled interviews. They're already posted in the community chat section. I have several other videos that are both new and continuations of my coverage of other game systems. I will definitely get back to Mothership during this month. I will definitely get back to, I anticipate some Castles and Crusades stuff to come through this month as well. And then continued look at Savage Worlds, and possibly some more Fallout RPG as well. So I really do expect that the month of May will be jam-packed with content, including my shorts and additional community posts as well. So you all have a great day. Take care, and thanks for joining.